The events take place in the summer of 2016, 20 years after the first invasion. The cities have been rebuilt, and there is good without good. The Earthlings have forgotten about internal strife and have lived without war ever since. On Earth barely recovered from the 1996 attack, a new generation has grown up mastering the alien technology. It turns out that the aliens left behind a beacon that could attract invaders again. The Earthlings have organized a global system of tracking and countering possible attacks on Earth. Part of the system is deployed on the moon, where a military base operates. On the moon, on the technology taken from the aliens, built a defense base. David Levinson heads the system of confrontation with hostile aliens. The son of the hero of the first picture, Stephen Hiller, who died during the test of a hybrid fighter a few years before the events of the second part, Dylan grew up and became a fighter pilot. The president's daughter, Patricia, also became a fighter pilot. Jasmine Dubrow, Dylan's mother, works as a hospital administrator. Before the Independence Day holiday, David, along with other scientists, arrives in Africa, where they discover an alien ship left over from the 1996 invasion. The object, unlike other saucers, was set on the ground and, as it is later revealed, was drilling the Earth's crust to siphon off resources. It turns out that the SO signal sent by the once dead aliens has been heard, and a new alien ship, even larger than the previous ones, is approaching our planet. The head of the local rebels who have been fighting the aliens for all 20 years invites Levinson to his base, where he confesses that he received some messages in his dreams and has already drawn some white ball on them. General Adams comes to Area 51 and is informed that the aliens who were captured in the first attack 20 years ago and have been quietly behaving unexpectedly began to make some sounds, and the base, which was located on Saturn, disappeared from radar. Meanwhile, a spherical ship approaches the moon. The scientist notices that this object is similar to the rebels' drawing and demands not to attack it, but the U.S. president orders it to be shot down with a plasma beam, the Earth analog of the superweapon that the aliens used to destroy cities. Jake flies to Earth, where he suggests David go to the moon and pick up the shards of the downsphere. As Alice goes with them, ex-President Whitmore often sees aliens in his dreams, and he feels that they are coming again, but this time with even greater forces. He wants to warn everyone when the Day of Independence Day is performed by Nonville. President Whitmore goes on stage to warn everyone, but not expectedly something happens to him. At this moment, a giant ship with a cross-section of about 5,000 km approaches the moon. When Jake and David trace the crash site of the ship, which was destroyed with the help of a laser on the moon base, they find a container with a sphere inside it. At this moment, the debris of the moon falls on them. The ship passes almost at the very surface of the satellite, attracts its own gravitational field of Jake's ship. On the moon base, want to shoot with cannons to destroy the alien ship, but the protective field of the enemy ship protects them from the impact. In response, alien ship shooting from their cannons destroys the base on the moon. An attempt to destroy the ship with a system of combat satellites is also unsuccessful. The ship destroys them all with a scattered impact of its cannon, and then enters the atmosphere, razing many cities in Asia by gravity and collapsing them on Europe. The giant is located over the Atlantic Ocean, along with destroying many cities on the east coast of the U.S. with its landing modules, because of which Dylan's mother dies in Washington. The ship, using a giant laser as a drill, begins to destroy the Earth's crust in order to reach the Earth's core. As the alien ship approaches, Dr. Okun, who's been in a coma for 20 years, wakes up and begins to draw incomprehensible symbols on the wall. Whitmore arrives at Area 51 and is shown the distraught aliens, at which point Dr. Okun enters and says they are not distraught, but happy. Whitmore enters the alien cell to learn some information. Whitmore allows the alien invader to enter his mind to learn more about their race. He learns that if he kills the bee moth controlling the giant, the other aliens will die and the ship will be recalled by other bee moths. Meanwhile, a sphere is retrieved from a spherical ship shot down on the moon As it turns out, an artificial intelligence of alien origin, the last representative of a race destroyed by the same invaders. This sphere has come to save the population of Earth from annihilation, as it is on one of the planet's training resistance army of races that have survived similar invasions. General Adams orders a retaliatory strike on the alien ship. Adams's plan is to destroy the enemy ship with the help of bombers. But the defense of the alien ship is very strong after a short battle. They realize that it is impossible to overcome the enemy's defense. At that moment, Jake sees a hole on the box, which is a chance for them to get inside and destroy the missiles. Going inside, they see that the box has its own ecosystem. It is not just a spaceship, it is their place of residence. Dylan and his team get to the trap. B-Mother knows that they will come and waited for them. Aliens prepared traps and destroyed almost all of them. Jake Morrison, Dylan, and a few other pilots survive and manage to hijack some upgraded alien fighters. David's father, Julius, was on his boat when the alien ship enters the atmosphere, and David's father desperately fights for his life. He is found by 4 children who have lost their parents, and they take him with them. David's father, on his way to Area 51, sees a bus with children, and he takes them too. When the sphere is keyed, the beekeeper sees it on radar, sets out to destroy the sphere, the only threat to them. The sphere also knows that the beekeeper is coming and warns the humans about it. Using the sphere as bait with the help of David, they decide to lure the bee lady into the desert and kill her. After a lengthy battle with the aliens, Whitmore, piloting a fighter jet with a bomb, flies inside the enemy flagship, where he blows it up in hopes of destroying the bee moth. Explosion destroys the ship, but the bee moth leaves the wreckage in a spacesuit with a force field and tries to get to the sphere. When Julius and the children get to Zone 51, they find themselves in the center of events to destroy the bee moth. But then Dylan and Jake come to their aid. They distract the alien giant, and David, his father, and children escape. After a new battle, she is killed by a squad of Earth pilots on captured alien fighters. The other beekeepers recall the ship a minute before the drill reaches the core. The sphere is shocked. No one has ever managed to kill a bee matrix before. It offers Earthlings the role of leaders of the galactic resistance. The humans begin to prepare for a counterattack on the invaders' homeworld. Write your thoughts and suggestions, and if it's not too much trouble, subscribe and give us a like.